This is how the journey into Forex trading actually started. I remember vividly back then in 2021, I used to be a keke napep operator in my state. So I picked up a guy on my way on working days. He picked me on Shattered, and I got, after the ride, he got my number. He really liked how I drive and how I could know maneuver routes and shortcuts. So he wanted to book me for another day. So I got his number, he got my number also. We kept talking. He kept calling me back, and I kept going for more rides for him. So getting to know him more better, I discovered something, that this guy was literally living a very comfortable life, a lifestyle that I would actually wish for myself that I can also live. Yet he did not work. He wasn't working. He was staying in the house all day, enjoying all his time, enjoying everything he wanted. He would, if he needed something, he would place an order and they would bring it right to his doorstep. And I was curious, what kind of, back then there is this popularity of fraudsters, internet crime, and cyber crime. They were popular back then, but I guess not everybody was into cyber crime at that time. So I asked questions and I began to do my diggings and findings. He actually told me one day that he trades crypto, and that's what he does. I asked about crypto because that was the first time I was hearing about cryptocurrency. I asked, he said, you actually buy coins and hold those coins to appreciate in value, then you sell them and make, um, yes, you sell them and then you make your returns on investment. So I was like, wow, if this thing can actually bring money and this is what you are living off from, that means it's a good business. And I picked interest in it. I started doing my research, started asking questions. I asked him to teach me what it was, for what it was going to take me for him to teach me. He said actually he would teach me for free, but currently he was very busy working on something that he really don't have time to teach me, that I nevertheless he is going to give me some guidance on how to buy my first coin, and within some months those coins will actually yield interest. That's the right, or the very first approach to start if I am to go into cryptocurrency trading. Yeah. So but he gave me a disclaimer that it's a very risky business, that you can lose also as you can also make gains, that it needed experience and expatriate to actually maneuver the crypto market and come out profitably. I said no problem. At least he also is making money from it. It's something I can also do. If he is doing it, I can also do it. But the problem, the challenge I had, that was that I really did not have any experience, any knowledge, and he wasn't ready to teach me. Although he gave me guidelines on how to buy my first coin, which I did, bought some few coins back then. Although those coins I earned nothing from it, it's actually got delisted from the exchange. So fast forward to when I actually made the bold step to start doing my research and doing my findings about crypto. I discovered that I started seeing other people online on YouTube who are into crypto trading and they were doing well. You know, those things, if you are to search the beginners fallacy, if you are to search now on YouTube how to make money from crypto, or what is crypto all about, you see pop up on the YouTube channels of people who are already doing well with the flashy things, the flashy house, the fancy car, flashy car, everything luxury. That's the thing that got me trapped and hooked to crypto trading. I looked, it was a very good decision for me to make at that time to start learning. But the challenge was I only had few little money in my account, and I had pressing issues that money needed to be um, deployed to solve. So I didn't really have enough money to pay a mentor back then. So I decided that I was going to learn on my own. But the challenge was I don't really know what to actually start or where to start learning from. Though back in 2021, Binance had this restriction. Nigerian had this restriction on Binance. They did not allow Nigerians to deposit money directly to Binance exchange. So that's when the P2P market actually came out newly. So people were looking for other ways, exploring other ways to fund their Binance accounts, and P2P came in. I stumbled on a Telegram channel. I don't really remember the name, but that channel was all about maneuvering the restriction placed in Nigeria to deposit into Binance. And my first attempt into depositing myself, because the first time I actually sent the money I had to the guy, and he funded my wallet. So I didn't really I wanted to learn everything on my own and see, since he told me he didn't have time, so I didn't want to bother him. I wanted to learn on my own and see how the whole process worked for myself. So I got scammed my first trial. I wasn't really happy because that was almost the last money I had. It was not a lot of money, but actually was a lot of money to me back then, considering my situation at that time. I think I lost 48,000 naira to a ex-crew channel that scammed. Like, after I sent my money, they arranged, the whole arrangement was that when you come in, you want to deposit, you send your money to a particular account number, and then you paste your account link, the link to your wallet, and then you'll be credited. So after I sent that money into that channel, to the guy from the channel, I got blocked. I got kicked out of the channel immediately. Like, I was very frustrated and angry within myself. Why me? Why now? Because I didn't have enough money back then, and business wasn't going through. Like, I was fed up of the life I was living, the business I was doing. I wasn't really happy enjoying driving a tricycle back then. I needed something better. I needed something better for myself to do. I wanted to do something more better, something more productive, something more promising. So after that scam, after the scam, I literally didn't have any money else to pay, because I found someone online who was willing to give me the training and the knowledge, everything I wanted, but the pay was to be around 100k. So I didn't have that amount of money to pay. So I pleaded with the person, and yet no one is ready to give out knowledge free, especially back then when everybody was gatekeeping knowledge. So I lost interest in it, because I had other plans. And like I said, I needed money urgently. Back then, my wife was pregnant, so I needed money to actually get baby stuff for, prepare for the baby that was coming. So I didn't really uh, focus much. I lost interest after I lost my first deposit. So I moved on. Fast forward to 2022, I sold my tricycle. I joined another business, and the business was doing pretty well in 2023. In 2023, the business I was doing was a thrift yeah, a thrift savings, daily savings, thrift savings. So it was going well because I employed other people to join me. After the business grew, I focused my attention on it, and the business grew. I employed other people, yet I wasn't still getting the kind of money I wanted for myself. I wasn't still getting the the result I imagined for myself. I knew this was, I actually knew from the start that what I was doing does not have a lifespan like it does. I don't see myself doing it in the long run. So I actually needed something else to position myself for my future. Then the question came again. Actually, I was considering cyber security. I made research on what I can do online. At this point, I was already fed up of doing physical business. I wanted to do online business that could actually give me time freedom, that I could actually be in my house still running my business without the stress of moving up and down. So I actually did research on what businesses I can do online. I did the research, and I also asked people around. I came to the office one morning and I asked within my staff if anyone had an idea about any online business someone can actually learn, and then in space of no time can make that person a millionaire without putting physical effort, or yeah, without putting physical effort, or draining the getting drained mentally or whatever in the process of doing it. Because actually discovered that doing a physical business was draining to me. So the results came, the answer came. Most of them answered and said, okay, I know of something you can do. I know of something you can do too. Most of them mentioned coding. They mentioned content creating, which I actually started a channel back then, but I wasn't consistent. And they also mentioned forex trading. This was the first time I was hearing about forex trading. Making my research, and now it brought my brain back to 2021, where I had, this was in 2023, more or less a September 2023. So I took my mind back. I remember that I had someone knew about, I've heard about crypto trading, and these are similar things. They are related. So I had to go dig deep. Okay, if I'm to go for this, who is going to teach me? At least I need someone to be sure. I need someone I can see physical, and also see in the life of the person that this thing is working for this person. And they say they know someone. That's someone they knew was FXI Priest from Star Pips Forex Academy. So I made my research about him, and I saw that this guy was from my place, my state, and he was doing well. He started his journey around 2019 or 2020 or so, yeah, and he was doing well. He was doing well in that period of time. In the space of 5 years, he was doing well. Like he has properties he's bought in his name, and he was driving a Benz, a C-class Benz back then. So I was intrigued. I like the lifestyle. I like what I saw, and I actually went straight to their office to make enquiries, more enquiries about their services and how to get go about it. So after going to the office, I made inquiry, and I was told the next batch is going to be starting on October, so I can enroll. And I actually did enroll. I used the money from my poultry business. I enrolled for the course. It was a 6 week course, and actually started. This is where everything started. The journey into forex trading, everything started in 2023 October. I started the journey with the hope to scale up, with the hope to level up, with the vision to actually gain financial stability. And it was promising. Like, it was promising. It seems like a dream come true. It seems like I just found a good mine. Back then I was very happy, excited. The happiness, adrenaline rush, that actually this is finally it. I actually thought that doing this in a year, to 2 years, doing this in 1 to 2 years time will actually make my life better and also elevate me from poverty. So I gave everything I had. Like, I literally studied day and night. I literally studied 12 hours round the clock to make sure I get myself on point. And after the the course, we graduated. We graduated, yeah. Then we were certified and sent out to start our own journey. Yes, this is how the journey started. I remember funding my first account, $50, and I lost it within the space of 1 day. Yeah, I actually lost my account within 24 hours. I came into Forex trading with a lot of expectation. I came into Forex with a lot of dreams. I came into Forex with a lot of enthusiasm, or how was the word to use? Pardon me if I'm not getting the right English, but I was so elated, I was so excited doing Forex. And I came with a mindset of growing $50 to a million, growing $50 to a very huge amount of money within a short time, because that's what I was seeing online. That's what I was seeing on YouTube. That's what I was seeing on Instagram. How people will flip $10 to 1,000. How people will flip $10 to 10,000. They'll be making crazy flip. And I said, wow, this is possible. That means I can literally press buy and it buys. I can literally press sell and it sells, and I'll make my profit. I was very happy and excited about the whole thing. I learned for the next couple of days after the graduation, after the certification from the academy. We actually continued. I didn't stop learning. I learned like every day, like my life depended on it. But something really happened. Something happened along the line. I lost the business I was doing currently. I lost my poultry farm. My business was involved in a scandal, which actually the fault wasn't from us, but it was traced to us. So the authority banned us from doing business, and I was out of business. I lost everything I had. I lost my poultry farm. I lost everything. Most of my staff stole from me using that advantage. They took advantage of the situation and they left with people's money, and I was left in debt. My account was frozen, like my business account was frozen, and everything I had was gone. I lost everything. It was a pain to me, because at this point I embarked into Forex with the full confidence that I have what it takes to actually fund my Forex journey. I had money to fund my account. I had money to experiment. I had money to try. I had money stacked up for the trial and error phase, because I knew I was told this will come. I knew, and I was well informed that actually leaving the academy was stepping into a struggling phase, which I have to struggle for a while to find my edge. Then everything will start clicking afterwards. So I actually knew how the process was going to be, and I was somehow prepared for it until the strategy happened. So after the incident, I didn't have anything else to do. I started selling most of my property, which I've gotten, selling most of it just to feed and sustain my family. I sold most of it also to fund my trading account. Out of desperation, out of greed, I blew all the account. I didn't make any profit from it currently because of the pressure, because of the mental pressure and the mental state I was in. It was a mess. Everything was as if my world was crumbling down. And that's how the struggle, the pain, the mental breakdown, the depression, everything started from there. But I never gave up. I never gave up. I saw Forex as my roadmap to and my vehicle to financial freedom. I saw Forex as a symbol of hope. Every time I opened my chart, it was like I'm looking at my way out of financial bondage. That was what and how I was seeing Forex. So I kept learning, I kept trading on demo, I kept never missed a day without learning one or two. I never missed a day without actually studying. I kept studying, I kept trading on demo. I never missed a chance. Anytime I will have any dash, if somebody should dash me any money, or I have any maybe money from somewhere, I don't waste my time to fund. Even if it's at least $10, I kept on funding. And lucky enough for me, everything started pulling together. I started getting hold of some things, some techniques, some patterns started being clear to me. And this time around, I will fund $10. Sometimes I will flip $10 into 40, $10 into $60, and so on. I kept having small withdrawals, and after a while the losing streak will start, and I will lose most of the money, and then everything. After losing, it's either I stop trading or I continue losing my money till I lose everything I have already made from the market. This is how the circle continued. I was literally struggling because I had no money, and at this point I was like, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? Where am I going to go and apply for work that is going to actually pay me to sustain myself, sustain my family, and also fund my Forex journey? So I don't want this video to be actually long. I'm not going to disburse every information about my story on this video, but this is actually how I actually started my Forex career. And I learned under trial and error. I made mistakes, I corrected myself, I journaled my trades. I had a journal, I journaled, I corrected myself. I make sure I kept on refining my strategy and getting better every single day. But the problem was I didn't really have money to fund live accounts. Sometimes a friend of mine will offer me money to trade, and then I'll blow it. Like I remember a friend of mine by the name Prince. By the way, if you're seeing this video, that's my very good friend. Back in the days, we met at the academy in Starpip, and he's been a very good friend to me till this date. So sometimes he will get a prof firm, he will buy a prof firm for me to trade, and sometimes I'll trade the prof firm. One thing leads to one thing, and the prof firm will be gone, or will be fear will come upon it. It's either me or he will go by the back end to trade the account, and then the account is gone or in deep drawdown. And it continued. He actually gave me so much. After Profems, he gave me life funds. He has given me $40, which I actually blew $40. Like, it was crazy. The pain, I literally cried. It was crazy, actually crazy to think that this is like every moment you deposit, every time you fund your account, you are saying, yes, this is it. Every time I fund my account, I'm saying to myself, this time it's going to be different. Every time I fund, every time I blow my account, I refund everything. And the worst of it all is anytime I blow my account, I'll start getting setups. And when I refund again, I'm saying, yes, this is it. Like, with full confidence that I'm actually going to make profit from this, or I'm actually going to grow this account I funded into something massive, into something big. And then that's how the story would change. And then all imaginations, I was imagining so many things, and which is not actually how it works, because hope is not a strategy. I was actually literally hoping for the best to happen. I was literally hoping for everything to align. Meanwhile, at this time, I was drained mentally. I was like, I wasn't mentally okay because I was in debt. Already, what happened has already put me in debt of millions of naira. So hiding from people, or the fear of people the harassment you get every day on the road, the constant phone calls, the constant messages, pay me my money, when are you going to pay me my money, this blah 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 blah. People will always call you to make inquiries of how far their money is, how far their investment was, or how far the business they did with you, how is it going, how are you coping. Some will actually sympathize with me knowing the fault wasn't really from me. Some will actually call me to threaten me. uh I didn't really I wasn't really having it funny, because it was a depressing moment for me. But yet again, I sat down and said, depression is a choice. I either choose to be depressed, I either choose to pick up my pieces and move on. I didn't stop there. I had to think of other alternatives to get myself back on track. I then in 2024, late 2024, I had to restart the same business, because I didn't actually know what else to start. And at this point, I was already tired of doing physical business. I was already tired of building physical business. I needed something that was offline. I needed something that was solid, that was promising. Because looking back, I was fortunate to meet King Souls during the early age. As Star Peep, I was, because he was a friend of Iszytrades, so they had a Forex hangout in Uyo. So I happened to be part of the people there, and I loved what I see. Like, the guy literally paid for the whole meal. Like, we were more than 50 in that place. He paid for everybody, and this was a five-star hotel. He paid the bill for everybody. I said, wow, this is Forex money talking. And he was making he was on a tour, like state to state, because after there he went to Cross River and so on. So I was like, wow, if Forex can do this. And guess what blew my mind was, the guy started trading in 2021. According to him, he started trading 2021. And between 2021, that was when I first heard about crypto. Between 2021 to 2023, it was already profitable. See, the space of 3 years, it was actually profitable. And I said to myself, wow, so if somebody can hang um, on the journey and trust the process, within the space of 2 years, 3 years, you're actually going to be really profitable like this. I was looking at my future self through King Souls. So I was impressed, and I didn't really give up. Even when I was facing the down moment, I didn't really give up. I was every day motivated. I was really motivated constantly to keep trying my best and putting in the work. So fast forward to 2024, I had to start the business afresh again. And then somehow, this time on a low key, it wasn't really loud. But the problem I had was that um it was good and it was bad. Yeah, starting the business again was good, because this time I had money to at least eat. Because, like, I lost myself. I nearly lost everything. I thank God for the woman God gave me. She's actually a kind person to stand by me throughout everything. She never complained for once, but rather always being a source of motivation and encouragement to me. Anytime I feel down, she will literally encourage and motivate me to keep on pushing. That she's willing to be patient with me, she's willing to wait. She also wants the good life, but it's not going to happen the way we think it's going to happen. It's actually going to take time, and she's willing to wait for me. She trusts me. She know I can do it, and she believes in me. She, like, like the whole motivation was what kept me going, because at this point everybody was gone. I only had myself and her, so and my child, and this was, I don't know, my second daughter like was born literally that same season. Like I had a baby, newborn baby during that season, and everything was whole mess. It was like a mess getting to my head. But I thank God everything we were able to push, and God was able to sustain us. And I started the business again, low key. People, I explained to people, I pleaded with people, and based on my previous performance, the sincerity, the trust, the credibility I've already built in the business gave me a leverage to actually start again. And this helped my psychology, because at this point at least I had money to feed myself, I had money to sort out little bills that was spending, and then also had money to fund my account small, bit by bit. I had money to fund $10, $12, $15, and there for so forth. So I started trading again after I restarted the business. It was good because it actually helped my psychology. I back tested my strategy and got back on track again. Actually, the thing is, I was at during this whole period that I didn't have money to fund, during the whole period which I had this financial crisis, I was actually learning, and I got good at technicals. Like I was so good in technicals, but when it comes to holding trades, stop trading, my problem was psychological related. My problem was related to psychology, no more technical analysis, because I bypassed that era. So my problem was how to hold trades, how to how to not close on a trade because of retracement and all those minor things. So, and this was due to the fact that I needed money. This was due to the fact that I couldn't afford to lose any money. So any retracement against my position in the market will always give me heartache. So starting this business again was a very good moment for me to scale. I remember in 2025, early 2025, after December, this is what happened. In December, during December, I traded synthetic market. I found $10. By the way, I started the business again ending of 2024, which was October. So October, November, I was able to fund $10 again in my Forex account to start trading live again. So after I funded $10, I actually traded $10 to $90 within 2 days, and I withdrew, which it would have been more, but back end story, that's, I made a mistake, so it wasn't really my fault. But I took the $10 to $90, and I withdrew part of those money, got myself a profit from funded next. I was really prepared for the year 2025. I told myself that that year would actually be the last low moment of my life, because it wasn't funny. I didn't like, yeah. I'm not a single guy, so I can't afford, I didn't have the luxury to to be relaxed or comfortable at my down moment. I knew I had responsibility. There were people looking up to me, so I had to do something, and as quick as possible. So I funded and got so blessed. I took the money to $90, which I continued trading the live account alongside with the profit. I passed the profit, the phase one. Within 3 weeks, I passed this phase two within a week, and then I was funded. I I think I got my first payout in March, when I started the profit January, and I got my first payout from my actual first payout from a profit. That was the first, and currently now that I'm recording this video, that was my first ever profem I got funded and I got payout from. So I got a payout of, I think it was a 6K account, and I got a payout of 920 something dollars or thereabout after the profit split. So I was so excited. Like at this point, I said to myself, this is the point where everything will start clicking for me. I found profitability. At this point, I was so happy. I was so happy because I was homeless. All this moment, all this thing happened to me. I couldn't afford my rent. I had to relocate back to the village. I had to squat with people. Like I was homeless. So I getting that amount of money from a payout in less than 3 months was a very good thing that happened to me in a very long time. So I withdraw the money, converted it from dollars to naira. It gave me about a total of 1.5 million, and I got myself a place to stay. I moved my family back and we started life again. But now, here is where the problem was. I said that starting that same business again was good, but yet was bad. Now, that was the good part of it. It helped my psychology. I was no more in a haste. I was able to be patient and wait for the market to actually play out to my favor, or play out on probability in my, play out based on probability. So this was the bad moment for me, the bad side of why I actually started that business. When I got my first payout, I knew I was in debt. I was owing people and I had to pay off those debts. So what I did was I took up a chunk, a bulk, a chunk of those money, and of that money I made, and I started paying back people. They think people don't know. People didn't know. They misread my action. They thought I actually started making money again from that business. That was why I was paying people off. So, and at this point, I was not owing just one person. I was owing a community which I was doing business with. I was owing over 300 people, or there about 200 to 300 people of customers who were saving with me, who were saving through me back then as at that time. So I started paying people gradually, and the pressure came. Like if I pay Mr. A, Mr. B will also expect I will also pay, not wanting to be patient to wait for the next month or the next payout day so I can pay pay bit by bit. So everybody wanted to get their own money at once. They thought like it was crazy, and this actually returned, brought back the pressure. Like it brought back the pressure that I should make it more. I should make more and enough to pay back so I can be free. I wanted to be free from debt. Yes, I needed to be free from debt. Who would be happy being in debt at such a young age? And I'm still struggling. So I wanted to pay off my debts also. So I actually thought trading this 6K account was going to pay off. I was going to use this 6K account, the 6K account, to pay off my debts, which resulted me to actually putting pressure on that account, and I ended up blowing the account. Like my losing streak actually started the moment I allowed what people were doing get to my head. My losing streak actually started. For the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I never closed any trade on profit. Every trade was single loss, thanks to risk management, because I actually managed my risks well. That was what and why I was able to sustain that account to 3 weeks after my first payout. And I lost the account. I bought a 15K account again, I lost it. I bought 5K account again, I lost it. I kept buying more profem and blowing more profems because of pressure. I wanted it to happen as fast as possible. I wanted it to happen now, because actually people started threatening me. They started keeping deadlines for me to actually pay this money, because it has been a long time and I actually promised to pay back gradually. So everybody wanted it to be now, everybody wanted it to be immediately. So that was the reason I lost everything and I returned. I lost everything, not just lost everything, I lost my profitability. I lost my profitability after I found it. So I actually started, because of the pressure and the threats, I started using the money that was the revenue from the business to actually pay back so people can allow me breathe. I started making a very big financial mistake, that I actually used the money people were saving with me to also pay, because most of them were the same people. So I'll actually use this new money to pay for the old money, which affected me, made me go out of business again for the second time. And at this time, I overused the money myself also. I was not being careful again. I started funding with people's money and I kept losing. I kept losing. Though I'll make money today and tomorrow I'll be losing it. I'll make money today, I'll keep losing it, because I was in a haste. I was pressuring myself to force setups that were not there so I can actually make money. I wanted to make money really quick, not actually waiting for my edge to actually play out. So this was a very huge distraction for me and I had to relocate from that city. I had to give everything. I took the risk of my life. Guess what? I actually risked my life. I sacrificed my security, sacrificed my comfort, sacrificed everything so I can actually focus on myself and build myself, then later go on to sort out the debt which I'm in. So currently I'm still in debt, I'm still owing them, but I relocated from the city. This was why I relocated. I had to find myself first. I needed to get hold of myself. I needed to rediscover myself. I needed to give myself time, because I discovered the pressure was too much for me to handle. So I needed to give myself time and also start afresh and also start slow. Do it slowly but steady. That was what I needed. I needed to do it slowly but steady. So I relocated and I got a 9 to 5 job. Like, I actually lay out a plan on how I'm going to do it, that I'm actually going to do Forex this time the right way. I'm actually going to give Forex what it wants so I can get what I want from Forex. And the thing Forex wants is actually patience, discipline. You get trusting in the process. Patience, discipline, trust the process, and allow time to be your ally, your best ally. Time will reveal itself. Time is the healer. I've been told that time is a healer. Yeah, with time everything will be okay. I had to accept the fact that I'm already in debt, and being already in debt, I shouldn't be creating more problems for myself, and also staying in my problems would not help me as a forex trader to grow. So I had to move and clear my head, restart my life afresh, and I got myself a 9 to 5 job and started everything again. And at this point, this leads me to why I'm coming up here. I now started discovering some other things, that psychological patterns that reoccur every time I go into a losing streak. And I discovered that, yeah, I journal my trade, but I'm not actually being transparent to myself. I'm not actually being accountable. That's the word. I'm not actually being really accountable to myself. So now I want to do Forex the right way. I want to go about it the right way. I know that doing Forex the right way, in 6 months' time, my story can change. My life can actually change for better. But I have to approach it the right way, the smart way. And that is what I'm going to be doing. So if you are seeing my video, this is a little bit about myself and my journey so far. Is that it has not been easy, it has not been yeah, rosy, the pain, the struggle, the sleepless night, the crying. I cried mostly, I've cried countless times because of loss of money, because of losing money and losing account. I've cried, but yet crying won't take me out of this situation. Crying won't solve anything. Thinking won't solve anything. But actually approaching forex the right way will solve everything. Will solve the missing puzzle that is there. So now I want to actually be documenting my journey here on YouTube. I want to actually document my process here on YouTube. I want to be accountable, because I know if I can be accountable to be in front of people, yeah, I think I can do better. I think I can grow better. So that's why I'm coming to YouTube, to actually document my processes and also giving forex time for me to grow. I know it's actually risky, because someone will see me out there and say, yeah, this guy is owing me, but yes, I know I'm prepared for all those things. I know all those things will happen and it can happen, but yet I'm not going to fold my hands and sit down here and act and choose to cry, or choose to be poor, or choose to be frustrated. I cannot sacrifice my financial freedom. I cannot sacrifice my future for what has happened in my past. I have to just let go of the past and embrace my future. Then, God's willing, everything will get better, and we'll get to solve everything. We've correct every mistakes we've done in the past. We'll correct everything in by God's special grace. But till then, I'm actually optimistic, and I'm actually hopeful that something better will happen. So for now, let's grow together. You can join me. By the way, my name is Israel. I didn't actually introduce myself in the start of the video. I'm Israel. I've been trading for actively for the past 2 years plus now, and this is how I intend to grow. I intend to grow through forex. I want forex to be the source of my income. I want forex to be a part of the reason why I put smile on other people's face. I want forex to be I want forex to transform my life. So I'm actually going to be approaching it the right way. And I know if you are out there, you're looking for somebody you can also talk to. I'm that kind of guy. I'm still struggling. I'm still learning. I'm still struggling. I'm still growing. So we can actually relate with things. So if you want to actually hear about how the real side, the real deal, how forex is treating people, really treating people for real, I'm that guy. This channel is a go-to channel. If you want to also learn about knowledge, about technical knowledge about forex, psychological knowledge, I'm here for you. We can share our experiences and share our journey and share our story. And at the end of the day, I pray and wish that everything gets better and everyone gets to that stage of consistent profitability. So this is the Forex channel. The Life of Easy is created for documenting my journey. It's created so I can document my process, and also you watch me grow. I want to grow, and I want to do it intentionally. I want to be intentional about my growth. So let's grow with me. If you are ready to grow and you need someone to call your guy, you need someone to be your friend, you need someone to actually look and actually draw inspiration from, let's do it together. You don't have to do it alone. Forex is a very lonely and boring business to do, so you don't have to be but you don't have to do it alone. So let's do it together. So subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification. I'll be dropping more amazing and more informative content from henceforth to actually grow as a forex trader, as how you can actually find your edge and also grow as a forex trader, and also be sharing my experience to the things I did that actually made me lose my profitability, and how I'm actually improving and how I'm actually evolving and getting back on track. So everything you need to know, everything I know, and everything I know I can share that will be of help to you will actually be put out. I'm not gatekeeping any information or any knowledge about forex trading. Everything I know and everything I've found and discovered through experience, I'm actually going to be sharing it, and everyone here will be learning from it. So see you next time on the next video. I love you guys, and don't forget to subscribe so you get a first-hand information about any content I dropped. So see you guys on the next content. Till then, stay put and enjoy the process. See you next time.